Iarana malo lele, halo truolgeda. Welcome to another episode of The Pacific Way. We're so glad that you can join us once again. The Pacific is often vulnerable to the impacts of severe climatic phenomena, La Nina and El Nino, that often intensify the effects of hurricanes and droughts. In 2011, the tiny island of Tuvalu faced the full brunt of the latter. In our next story, we find out how the community in Vaitupu is working closely with the European Union and Pacific community to improve water security on the island.
In 2011, a severe drought hit the tiny island nation of Tuvalu as a result of the climate phenomenon La Nina, which unleashes extreme weather conditions across the Pacific. Dependent on rain as their main source of water, Tuvalu declared a state of emergency by September 28th as the prolonged dry spell resulted in extreme water shortages. Relief water supplies were sent in via the Red Cross and the international community, but the drought had exposed Tuvalu's vulnerability. The Pacific Community SPC's Geoscience Division, through its Water and Sanitation Program, set up the Climate and Abstraction Impacts in Atolls project through the assistance of the European Union.
The Climate and Abstraction Impacts in Atoll Environments is a project which was developed back in 2011 to look at building the awareness of impacts from sea level rise and different climate scenarios and different abstractions in atoll environments. There was seen to be a real need for building an understanding around that, particularly within small island developing states here in the Pacific.
Water security is a very important element in terms of our national development plan. This is particularly to do with the health and the livelihoods of our population. Generally, water is regarded as a core element of the livelihoods of our people. It is an essential to the day-to-day living of our population. And we have commenced on projects with improving water collection and storage.
Vaitupu is the largest atoll in Tuvalu and home to the second largest population on the island nation of around 1,500 people. Accessible only by boat, Vaitupu is about 128 kilometers away from the nation's capital, Funafuti. Picturesque and serene, life here is mainly dependent on subsistence living. Like most, water is an integral part of this community's daily activities. But with the 2011 drought lasting 8 months, residents were forced to take drastic action.
Anelani o te taula, anelani ko isfokin ni vai keri ko la ko tin te keri ne imot foa. Ako te whakaonga te vai keri ela siki. Ala stena fiso soani taimi taula. Te lan vet no pela ko mafai o tagi yangatu. Puaka manu o whainu gek, ka o whakasao saulo a vai kou atino, whakasao saulo a vai iua mo inu fua, tonu mea kai inu. Ako vai katoa, vai keri, atino katoa, kou vai keri, tāngatu, ko ololo tāngatu ilarika.
The largest school in Tuvalu is located in Vaitupu, and with a student roll of 500, they too had to make adjustments.
I te ako nga whoki tēnei, mai se roki mea tauwai, e las te whakau ngā te ako ngā ki mea tauwai. Kati e lona ngolua te whakapoto ngā pēnei mo te whaua, se whae ngai lasi te Tai maua se lima se lautupu whakatasim whai ako ngā. Kai no whai si ko ngā whori ki bēnei. E lasi ki te mana ko ngina ne lātou mea tau whai. Mawhai ko nono tātou ki kāinga ko lai no whai kāinga ta ki rua tāne i whale lātou. E lasi ki te vai tēnā ko motu whaua whakatusa te lima se lautupu tēnei ki te mawhai tēnei te ako ngai mea tau whai kātia.
Pulaka or swamp taro consists bulk of the traditional diet in Vaitupu and is also a major source of carbohydrate. The prolonged drought also had adverse effects on this important food source.
Ni au potokulu. Era la de vai dai mdeni te ele de ngoni elas te vai ne. A fa ye to vai u elas sali mayo vai.
Vaitupu is one of 9 islands that make up Tuvalu and is governed by the Fale Kaupule or Council of Chiefs. During a crisis, the Kaupule, which is the administrative arm of the Fale Kaupule, takes on a leading role on the atoll.
Atila mte abanonga tenei katila ka fanatogi ai tulanga te Kaupule mo te Fale Kaupule. Iloto I tulanga whaka Fale Kaupule ate Fale Kaupule ko te malo si sau katolo te la whakate whenua.
Vaitupu means fountain of water, and for good reason. There's about 12 to 15 groundwater wells on the atoll.
Mai lunga I mea tau vai, te o langa I loto te kāinga, I o whakatala vau. Te vai e whakaonga I loto te kāinga mo whaia mea kai, mea inu ne, mo whakaonga o tā ngatu, mea kato ko lai e whakaonga ki lunga I mea tau vai.
Work by the CAIA project team has been instrumental in identifying groundwater capacity and sustainability as an alternative source of water on the atoll. Through water quality analysis, geophysics and topography surveys, the team have confirmed the local knowledge about the fresh groundwater. They have investigated other prospective areas of the island, but found the groundwater to be limited in its extent, with the greatest thickness found only in the northern part of the island.
To try and develop up within the community a sense of sustainable management or sustainable yield, which is relevant to their own situation. So taking into account the resource, the environment, their social needs, and what they're prepared to accept under adverse conditions such as drought.
The CAIA findings form the basis of their recommendations to the Fale Kaupule or Council of Chiefs on measures to strengthen water security on the atoll. The information provided by the CAIA project allows the community of Vaitupu to undertake evidence-based planning for future water supplies. With the CAIA plans plus government endorsement, the road ahead looks bright for the community at Vaitupu.
Welcome back. You're watching The Pacific Way. For the first time in its 44-year history, earlier this year, Guam hosted the biggest celebration of Pacific Island cultural heritage, the Festival of Pacific Arts. The 12th festival brought together over 2,500 participants from 25 Pacific Island countries and territories to showcase what we own, what we have, and what we share as united voices of the Pacific. Tonight, we find out more about traditional fishing practices in Chamorro culture.
There's a lot happening here at the 12th Festival of Pacific Arts in Guam, over 20 disciplines. And I've been told if you want to find out anything about Pacific traditional fishing, then the Sagan, Katuran, Chamorro is the place to be. I'm here with Ray, who's from Guam and who has been fishing for as long as he can remember. Ray, first, thank you for your time. Could you tell us about how important traditional fishing is to Chamorro culture?
Half a day. I'm Ray Viloria, and actually, I've been fishing since I was a little boy. And the practices that we do here in Guam, you know, a lot of the people, they live off the land and the ocean. So we catch normally different type of fish to sustain the family. Because back then, you know, fishing was really sustainable, and you just catch really what you need in the water at the time.
You talk about traditional practices. What are some of these traditional practices?
Well, we normally use the talada. We call it talazanzotti. It's a throw net. Back then, we used to use the traditional type of talada made out of poxy. It comes from actually the pagu tree. It's near the ocean. We normally skin the bark and we take out the material, we dry it, we make the rope too as well. But now we got the modern type of material, which we use monofilament now because they last longer.
Tell us a bit about your demonstration for the visitors here today.
Well, this is talazanzotti. It's a talada throw net, and right now I'm making one. This is a 4-inch net talada, and it's monofilament. So this is the type of talada I'm making now.
What about the process involved in making the traditional rope for the netting material?
Actually, we have to go to the sea hibiscus, the trees, and maybe you have to cut long pieces, maybe like 20 feet long, skin it, and after we skin it, we have to get all the inner lining, and we have to dry it out in the sun. Then after we dry it out in the sun, we start shredding it, and we go to where the river is at, and we wash the material to remove all the slime. And the process, it's a long, tedious process.
And how long does a net like this take?
About 3 months, but if you, maybe you can sew 5 hours a day, but it'll take maybe about 170 hours just to make one talada.
That's with this material or with the traditional material?
Both. It'll even be longer with the traditional material because you have to make the rope. Yeah. Now you could just buy it, it's already made. You just sew, you have to sew.
What do you think of the festival and the opportunity to share some of your skills with the other Pacific Island countries as well as learn from some of them?
With a lot of the other islands, I know they have their own techniques too as well. So do we. We have the stretch net, which we call a tekken, and the throw net. You know, some people, they go spear fishing, rod and reel. But this is one way you can pick the fish you really want to catch.
Do a lot of Chamorros still practice traditional fishing methods?
Yes, quite a few. I've read, even the young generation now, that's what they love is the talada. Nobody wants to carry a lot of net no more. So a lot of people individually will go and catch what they want. Yes, and at the same time, if all the other nations, if they're around, I don't mind to answer their questions about fishing and the techniques too, because I will want to learn some of their techniques as well.
Welcome back. Still on the 12th Festival of Pacific Arts, and these next performers were definitely a hit at all the venues they performed at. Enjoy this lively performance from Rapanui.
Hi, Guam. We are the Rapanui group. Come here from so far. Show our culture, show our dance, hoko, like haka Maori, but hoko in Rapanui is a warrior dance, okay? We give all our power, show to the people here, okay? Then we have guitar and ukulele, soft dance, sao-sao, about the sea, about the ocean, okay? The wind, yeah? How to, the woman, okay? Dance, soft, that's all. Today, the first dance, we dance like a bird, okay? Like a bird, manukehu, bird. How to fly and come to our island, okay? We have a competition, the birdman, okay? You have to swim to the island and get the eggs, the first eggs of the manutara bird, okay? Second is hoko, okay? We show our power to the matatoa. Matatoa is another warrior, okay? You have to eliminate, okay? That's the explanation. The third one, okay. The third one is araroarake, okay. How to make a woman love you, okay? I'm explaining. That's all. A woman to, how can I say, coquetear. She's beautiful, okay? She's eyes, she's hair, okay? I am Kimi from Rapanui, here to Guam. We love Guam. The people is very kind, okay? Very kind, very generous and friendly. We love this island, like our island, okay? And so you all are welcome if you go to our island.
We have to go now, but remember, check our stories out on YouTube and on Facebook. Until next week, aerera, au revoir, moa de manda.